Hello, my lovely Cancers. Today I'm going to be doing your reading for the first half of January of 2017. Happy New Year. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Um, this will be a general reading, but anything can come out of the reading. I try to read as many messages as I can. Sometimes there's one story, sometimes there's several. And if the messages don't resonate, just check your sun, moon, or rising. I already shuffled the cards. I already meditated on them, so let's get started. I let the cards fall out naturally, or if I feel like a card is calling out to me, I'll pull it out. I do a traditional Celtic cross spread. Not really traditional, since I'll use, whatever cards fall out usually. But yeah, it's a Celtic cross for all intents and purposes. The first word I'm getting, the first message I'm getting for you guys is willpower and determination. And 2016 was very shitty year for everybody. Not easy. And I feel like for most of us, that energy is going to carry into 2017. I think just years are sort of arbitrary anyway. At least the start of a new year. It's always fun to celebrate it, to get in the feeling of new things happening. But I study astrology, and with astrology, the New Year technically doesn't begin until Aries season, since Aries is the first sign. And spring, and I feel like it makes a lot of sense. But I really do see the time of Capricorn as a restructuring. Just getting everything back working efficiently. And I feel like for some of you that's going to be important going into 2017. I'm getting the feeling that things haven't, things haven't been easy. But I'm getting the sense that the very foundation has been tested. And since Capricorn is opposite Cancer, this is always a time for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising to face whatever challenges, big or small, just face them head on. I don't know, I'm getting the sense that probably some of you have moved. Something about where you are now is totally different. You've probably moved away from a situation, or probably a bad relationship, or just a bad situation that just wasn't beneficial. So the card at the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Swords. So you're ready to take on whatever challenge this is. I feel like some of you guys are really ready. And you're going into January, going into 2017 with all the knowledge you need, clarity, focus, determination. And it's not going to be easy for you to back down to any sort of resistance that you might face. Regarding whatever this situation is. So in the center, and if it's not you, it's there's somebody you're with, there's somebody that is helping you do this. A mature air sign. That could be male or female. In general readings, for a lot of people, gender doesn't matter. Sometimes it doesn't matter on a personal level. But so an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. So in the center of your reading, we have the Three of Swords. You are heartbroken. And with the Three of Swords, it could be any situation. Of course, heartbreak. The ending. It's probably not an ending, but it's fresh. It's fresh pain. And usually sometimes this could be a relationship. I almost always see this as a relationship, but it could also be just a situation that you were invested in. Like if it was a work situation, you got fired, or, a friend cut you out of their life in like a really dramatic fashion, or you found out your partner was cheating, or something about your relationship, especially in a romantic sense, has changed, and it's changed for the worse. I just see heartbreak, whatever that means, I guess. So surrounding that, we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. A lot of swords so far. This is all you can think about. This is a fresh pain that I feel like it's also been happening for a while. The Nine of Swords is something that is keeping us up at night. We're reliving it. The mental stress over and over and over again is anxiety. So what I'm seeing right now is just a lot of just emotional anxiety. Some of you are probably incredibly stressed right now. And I didn't notice this until I saw another tarot reader point it out, but there are three swords going through this person. And that fits with this Three of Swords right here. So whatever this heartbreak is, I still feel like it's on your mind. And I feel like I feel like a new wound has been opened. Maybe it's like you're with somebody, or you broke up with somebody, and if you're still with somebody, you gave them another chance, but I feel like they just broke your heart again. Or if you if you had somebody out of your life, but then you brought them back in, it was just the same thing over again. Excuse me. So yeah, that's the sort of feeling I'm getting. At the foundation, we have the Ten of Cups reversed and the Nine of Cups reversed, or Nine of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, I see this as something happening in your home, in your foundation. Ten of Cups reversed, I see this as a family, a love situation. Nine of Pentacles reversed, I see this as you feel like, I just see great loss right now. I see nothing but loss. And I feel like this is probably a pretty specific reading. Some of you have experienced some heartbreak over something, a situation that is, you fear it is going to end. You don't see how things are going to get any better. And I feel like your foundation has been shaken, like your material foundation, like home, family, your joy. In the past, we have the Two of Swords. There is a decision to make, but you're blinding yourself to this decision. Let's say you are in a relationship. I can also see work here, but let's say you're in a relationship. You know that you have to either leave or stay, or probably the opportunity came up for you to leave or stay. But I feel like you're so in love with this person, and you're just thinking. That's all I see is thinking. And I feel like you're in a state of mental stress, mental anguish, probably because of a choice you didn't make, that you didn't open yourself up to. And I'm getting the sense that you feel hopeless. Like if you make either choice, like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. I just see that you're probably really stuck in a situation. The Two of Swords also asks for us to just chill out and sort of find mental clarity, but I don't even see that as being possible. So that Queen of Swords, I feel like that's an energy that you have to come into. I'll just keep going. Above you, we have the King of Wands in reverse and the Ten of Swords in reverse. Somebody broke your heart and you don't want to let them go. You can't let them go. You want to. And you really feel like you have to. I feel like whatever you're working on is on its last legs, though. Because I really feel like at this moment in your life right now, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, whoever this is for, you can't take this anymore. It's upset your foundation. It's upset your family. It's upsetting you mentally, emotionally. And if this is if this isn't a relationship, I can see this as a job situation. I really see this as like you were fired, you were let go, or there's somebody now in your workplace that's very demanding. Very demanding. And maybe where you're at, you don't even get paid enough to really deal with somebody like this. Or you need to hold on to this job because, it pays the bills. But I really see this for some of you as a relationship. I feel like for some of y'all, you're allowing yourself to just live with this heartbreak and to live with this mental anguish and not sure how to let it go because you don't see a future for you without this person or even for you with this person. I just feel like you're really in a situation right now where you have to, you have to cut through it. I feel like for a lot of you, or there's somebody around you that's telling you that, you have to let go of this. You have to kick him or her to the side. You have to just move forward. And you want to do that so bad, but you're just, the pain is too real. The pain is still too real. And for some reason, I'm feeling like it involves this King of Wands in reverse. Fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Reverse, this king doesn't know how to use his, he doesn't know how to keep it in his pants. He doesn't know when to stop talking or stop being overbearing. He's all just erratic, just fire energy. And I feel like he's the cause of this. I'm also getting the feeling that for some of you, this is a long-term relationship or you're married to this person and they won't let you go. They won't let you leave. For some reason, I'm getting that some of you guys are just chained to this situation. But you're not chained to anything. You have options out of this. And I feel like for some of you, you're waking up to the fact that you don't want to be heartbroken. This hurts. You don't want to be up all night just reliving this pain over and over and over and over again in your head. It's still so real to you. And I'm getting the sense that some of you just feel hopeless. But I feel like there's something for some of you where you can go from this. There is a way out of this. And we have the Tower in your future. This is your way out of this. Something is going to happen that is just going to just really put everything into stark relief. Really wake you up to the fact that this heartbreak, this pain, this anxiety, this sleeplessness, this insomnia, this helplessness is going to come to an end. Because I feel like a lot of you failed to make a decision. You couldn't open your eyes up to clarity in the situation involving this King of Wands. Again, who could be a male or female, fire sign, who I feel like just won't leave you alone. They're a bully. But something's going to happen that's going to just wake you up, that's going to make you, it could be anything, big or small. It could be just one argument. It could be just one little incident. Like, it'll be the argument to end all arguments or something like that. That just sets it all off. That's going to force you to wake up and just be like, you know what? I can't do this anymore. You are the emperor. I feel like you have the authority, you have the power within you, your doggedness, your determination, again, your willpower, the message I got earlier, to really gain control of this situation. And I really feel like the Tower is going to force you to do that. Whether or not this king leaves, he just leaves you, or if you just leave him. I feel like something around this situation is going to force you to take some agency, to take some, to take hold of this situation. If this isn't you, this is an Aries in your life. The Emperor represents Aries. So either somebody is going to come in and help you, or you're going to seek the advice of somebody, like a father figure, or some form of authority figure, somebody that you can really trust to really get you out of this situation. Because I see that you want out. I just see nothing but hopelessness here. And you have a choice, but none of your choices look pretty. Or they don't seem reasonable. Hopelessness when I see the 10 and the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. The 10 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. But a choice will be made for you. People around you, we have the 5 of Cups and the 7 of Pentacles reversed. I think... No, that was something else. I was about to say, I thought the same combination came up in a different reading, but no. Excuse me. You feel like you have no help around you. You feel like you can't really turn to anybody right now. Or at least the help that other people can give you right now, it's not penetrating. I don't see you even being open to anything right now. I don't think you're open right now to take in any advice from the outside world. For a lot of you. I feel like a lot of you are just in your own head space right now. And I see some of you, you're just like, okay, I want to get out of this. I need to get out of this. But I feel like your heart is tied to it. There's obligations around it. There's, history built, there's something that was built here. But with the Tower, it wasn't built on anything stable. The Tower brings things down in our lives that weren't meant to be there in the first place, Maybe this is a move. Maybe you're just like, you know what, I'm leaving. Or again, whoever this king is, they leave. But again, I really feel like with this Queen of Swords, something is going. The Queen of Swords, she is wise with her intelligence. She knows the truth. She can bring her point about because she has intellect and experience on her side. It's grounded. It's not. It doesn't come anywhere from bias. It doesn't come from any place of ignorance. So I feel like with some of you, I feel like you know the truth of a situation, but I feel like there's your heart is tied to this, and I really feel like it involves this king for some of you, or queen, this king who could represent a male or a female. Let me say that. And I see it involves a home situation. And I really feel like this card is forcing you, or you're going to have to, there will be no choice but for you to see the truth in this situation and to just let it all go. And so you could very easily cause this tower with this Queen of Swords and the Emperor, you becoming that and just being like, you know what? I'm taking control of my life. I see the situation for what it is. You're going to make a choice and you're going to end it. For others of you, I see you're just like, you don't know what to do. Something's going to wake you up to where you're like, okay, so now I'm on my own. Now I have to do this. Or you're going to turn to somebody to help you, but it's just like whatever help they can provide isn't adequate. Or the fact that you now are on your own, you're just like, well, what am I going to do next? I don't feel like I have the resources. This pain is still there. These 3 cups are spilled. And they're forgetting about the 2 cups in the bag. You know, people say this is a card, you know, crying over spilled milk. I think it's a lot more serious than that. This is like emotional, just like, not devastation, but just like, I feel like it's a good partner with the 3 of Swords. It's just like, you're distraught. You're distraught. You're just emotionally just like over it. And I see for some of you, you're not going to be able to see any positivity, especially with the gray in the backgrounds of these cards. You're just like, wow, I don't want to deal with any of this. You know, you might have gotten out of a situation, or you might still be in a situation. If some of you manage to continue past whatever the tower is, I feel like for those people, for those of you that resonates, I see the situation as even worse. Ugh. So, hopes and fears, we have the 6 of Swords in reverse. Jesus. Yeah, some of you are not ready to move on. Some of you see a situation for exactly what it is. And it's over. Whatever this is, if it's a relationship, it's over. But I still feel like some of you are you're circling back to trying to make something work again. And it'll only go back to this heartbreak. It'll only lead you back to where you started. Not being able to make a choice. Being confused. Being tied to whoever this King of Wands is. Again, male or female. They don't have to be a fire sign, but they can have these energies of just being like rude, bullies, liars. Because you have a foundation that I feel like some of you work so hard to build, even though it's not even giving you happiness. It's something that, you know, with the 10 of Cups in reverse, I see that as like deluding ourselves into thinking that things are better than they are just because, because we don't want to see the truth in this situation. Pretending like we're happy, pretending we have all this abundance with the 9 of Pentacles reverse, even though, you know, you're not stable or satisfied at all with whatever this is. So for those of you that are For those of you that are ignoring the tower situation, this huge blow up, this huge turn of events, I feel like you're still going to try to, you probably are thinking to yourself, well, I can change this situation even though there's nothing giving you evidence to support that. And you're circling back into the tower and you're just not facing up to reality. For some of you, excuse me, for some of you, you are getting control of your situation. You're leaving whatever this is. You're letting it die. But there's unfinished business that you have to come back to. Like if you're married, you have to, sign documents and get all that straightened out. Like who's going to have custody of the children? Who's going to take care of this and that? And you might want to move, but you're just like, okay, I can't because I still have some obligations. There's things I still need to take care of. For those of you that this is a work situation, I see you leaving, or at least you're thinking about leaving, but you're taking your time because you know that probably the job market right now isn't that good. So you're just probably just dealing with where you are right now, just so a better opportunity can come about. And so as an outcome, we have the Six of Pentacles reversed. For those of you in relationships, for those of you that are married or in long-term relationships, you're not going to see, I don't see you guys getting a reward out of this. I feel like whatever relationship you're in is imbalanced. I feel like you feel nothing but pain and you feel nothing but it's unbalanced. And I feel like no matter how hard you think you can control a situation, this is something that you really need to let die. And I feel like you're holding on to your broken heart and you're leading with that, thinking that whoever this person is, whatever the situation is, they're the only ones that can heal it. But there's something, this Queen of Swords, that you really have to open your eyes up to. With all these swords, whatever these situations are, especially with the Three of Swords here, Three of Swords is also confusion. It's heartbreak. When you're heartbroken, it's just like, it's hard to, especially when it's fresh, it's hard to put it into words. And it's something that you're really clinging on to. But I feel like with this Queen of Swords, time heals all wounds. This isn't going to happen overnight, of course. No. But I feel like open up your third eye. Just open yourself up to, because out of all the cards here, the Queen of Swords is like the most positive in that she's ruling this reading, the theme of this reading. So it's really asking you, whether you're male or female, doesn't matter, that, or, even if you have air or whatever in your chart, it doesn't matter. She's asking you to see clarity in a situation. Are you giving more than what you're receiving? How do you feel on the inside? What is making you anxious at night? Why do you feel like you don't have a stable, solid foundation to call your own? Who is this person that's just making you feel this way? What do you need to do to get them out of your life? And with the Queen of Swords, she tells us that we have to cut it out. We have to see it clearly. We can't blind ourselves to a situation. And I feel like for a lot of you, this is going to be an ongoing process. Whatever this tower situation is, it's not going to be ignored. You're not going to be able to overlook this. This is something you're going to revisit, and this is something that I feel like the universe is asking you to use in order to move on or to gain control of the situation. Because it can't be ignored. And for others of you, in terms of, work, or let's say, if you're working, if this is more of a job for y'all, yeah, I feel like you're not, where you work it sucks. And you feel like, I feel like for some of you, again, there's history here. There's history built up here, but it's just like you're putting in more than you're getting out. It's draining you. It's not worth it at this point, but it's not something that you can just walk away from. At least not yet. For others of you that don't work, that aren't in relationships, I'm getting the sense that you need to gain control of your life. I feel like for some of you, you're just letting somebody just rule over you and ignoring your power, ignoring what you're worth. And again, that's more of like the underlying theme for people that are working in relationships, or that, that this is more of a spiritual thing. Deal with the heartbreak, deal with the pain, deal with it. And I feel like it's still fresh, but I really feel like for a lot of you, it's on its last legs. And you're ready to let it go. And you're ready to start your life over again. And there's going to be an opportunity for you guys to do that. However, you're going to have to be able to see the clarity in the situation, and you're going to have to take action. No, nobody's going to do it for you. Whether it's a relationship, I mainly see this as like a relationship, a marriage, or like a long-term commitment. So I'm going to pull out one more card, or take out how many cards fall out. You're going to have to find your inner strength, Cancer. So we have Judgment, Six of Swords upright, the Five of Rods. So for a lot of you, for a lot of you, a truth is going to be known. You're going to be able to get a second chance to review this situation, to really talk about it, to get your point across. And I really feel like some of this is tied in with the Tower, to where there is going to be an option for you to leave. There's going to be an option for you to just be like, you know what? I'm not taking this and I'm leaving. But again, I do get the sense that there's unfinished business, that there's a lot of things that you guys have to work out. But I feel like the universe is really, your whole foundation needs to change, and it's going to change. Whether it's work, whether it's career, whether it's a marriage or relationship, or for those of you that aren't working or aren't in a relationship, it's just that, your life has to change. You have to see clarity in it. And I feel like outside circumstances, they're not going to allow you to just sit back willy-nilly. You're going to deal with these things face to face, and you're going to have to ask yourself some tough questions in your head, because I feel like you're carrying on to some things mentally as well as emotionally. And the universe isn't going to let you escape from that. So just gain control. Gain control and stay strong, Cancer. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching this. It was a pleasure doing this. I hope it resonated. If it did, leave a like, a comment, or subscribe. Share it with your other Cancer friends, Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. I really hope this helped in some sort of way. Thank you guys so much. Bye.